Hi guys, welcome back to KAM Media House. My name is Reina Mohammed.
And I'm Amarachukwu John.
Allow me finish.
Whoa.
Allow me finish.
Okay, go on. Host.
You know when to introduce yourself.
Sorry. Since you came with violence
like
today.
I said, welcome back to KAM Media House.
Yeah.
I'm your host for RAVADEL Care Foundation today. This month is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and I'm here with my colleague
Amarachukwu John.
See, was it that hard?
Can we just move on?
Was it that hard?
Can we just move on?
This year's theme, every April of every month, is Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Of every year. I have to come in there now. Because you're the host, so I'm trying to help you out now. Okay?
And this month, the theme is building powerful community or building a community with strength.
Building connected community.
Building connected community.
Yeah.
And this month's theme is building a connected community.
Yeah.
RAVADEL Care Foundation is lending its voice. RAVADEL Care Foundation wants you to know that we hear you. Every survivor out there, we hear you, we see you, we believe you, we're here for you, and we love you.
Yeah, that's it exactly. So I think on this particular topic right now, sexual assault, it's a very delicate topic. But on this show now, I really want us to be very honest and very open-minded. I'm coming from the perspective as a man, like someone who might get tempted. Yep. I'm not. Please help me with the word. Please help me with the word.
You're not a predator.
That's harsh. No, come on. That's harsh. Okay, but back to what we're talking about. I want us to be very honest about some things. But first of all, let's dabble into consent. First of all.
Consent.
Yep.
Consent is something that can change.
Okay.
I think where the basic issue is coming from is the fact that people can change their mind. And sex is not something that along the way you can just say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
But is it fair? Let's slow down.
Yes,
let's slow down a bit.
Fair.
Is it fair?
It's fair. Sometimes these things are governed by guilt.
Yeah. Okay.
And going forward with it might be very uncomfortable for the person. If you're saying is it fair? Is it fair for you to actually manipulate somebody into having sex with you? When even though you guys are ready to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, and then you're into it and everything, and when it's about to happen, and then she withdraws, you have every right to stop what you're doing.
But why would she withdraw, please?
You don't know what's happening to her psychologically. It might be sometimes it might be guilt, like I said earlier. It might be guilt, and she doesn't want that anymore, or she just feels disconnected, or for some reason she wants you guys to wait. Do you understand? There's a whole lot of reasons behind having sex and not having sex anymore. So even if she says yes from the beginning, and later on decides to say no, please respect that no. That no means no. If you really want to go forward with it. I know ladies are very, very indecisive and they want to actually see them in their lives when it comes to having sex. Sex is a big deal. When somebody says no, just allow it.
Let's take this from this angle. In a relationship now, marriage, close relationship, is it possible that rape happens?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay, can you give me an instance?
Yes, even if you pay her bride price, even if you've been married for 20 years.
But she's your wife, come on.
Yes, that does not give you ownership.
No, you need...
That does not give you ownership of her free will. No, you don't need...
No, at some point. There's no
point where it is okay for you to say, look, you're my wife, I own you, so...
No, I think you're taking it... I think you're taking the owning you're talking about now. I think you're going a little bit over the top now, because...
So what's your definition of...
Okay, I'm faithful to you. I'm faithful to you as my lady, my woman, okay? So I've had a rough day, I've had a tough day. I'm back home. I feel like being intimate. Okay, now, do you know the sacrifices that we guys, we make to keep the family going, to keep the relationship happy? Why not count it? Yeah, we make sacrifices individually. But now we understand now. You don't really want to mess with a guy's blue balls. Like, you don't want to mess with that. You don't want to go there.
That blue was a lie. It's false.
Why do you say so?
I do not believe in that blue balls.
Really?
For real though. One time we were having a conversation. We had medical practitioners. We had counselors, guidance counselors around and all. And there were guys, fathers and uncles in that gathering. We were talking about one of the reasons how they're manipulating gaslights people into having sex is these blue balls, yeah? And then it was thrown out to them. Is this actually true? And then made us realize that it's a myth. It is something that has been going on for years to actually cajole somebody into having sex with you. And I think that that's working because women are very, very emotional and they don't want to inflict pain on you. And then so when you say, oh my God, if you don't do this, I'm going to be feeling pain. And then they'll be like, okay, you know what, just do it. So blue balls is a lie. Have you ever experienced blue balls?
In answering that question, first of all, there's something called spam pain.
What is spam pain?
There's something called spam pain. Okay, I won't. All right. Okay, yeah.
Men will not allow women have everything. See, you guys just don't want us to have something. We have period cramps. Now, here comes spam pain from nowhere.
There is something called spam pain. Browse about it. Browse about it. Google it.
Please tell me. I'm not googling anything.
No.
What is spam pain?
Okay, now, but to be very honest, now on this particular topic right now,
what is spam pain?
Spam pain happens. It happens.
Yes,
it happens.
Yeah,
if you stay long, spam pain. Okay, like for example now, you guys are making out. It has gotten to this level, and for some. Please. It has gotten to this level. If you don't understand, my viewers understand. So just watch. It has gotten to this level, and you are there being dramatic. Like you the lady, you are being dramatic. Like this, that, and you are turned off. And now you expect the guy now. Let me throw this question to you. Let me throw this question.
Okay. Me deciding not to have sex anymore is me being dramatic.
Definitely.
Wow.
Like after you've made out. After making out.
And then something happens to me and then I decide not to go.
What can possibly happen to you at that moment?
Do it. This is where the issue is coming from. No means no. I don't want to do it anymore, irrespective of how you're feeling or whatever. If you're going to say now that while you guys were making out, you were aroused too. The other lady too was getting aroused while she was making out. So why did she have the self-control to stop? Why don't you have the self-control to stop? And why are you cajoling someone into having sex with you? Because something came up and no one wants to go down anymore.
Don't call it something. Don't disrespect the men on this program, please.
I'm not disrespecting the man. I'm just stating the obvious.
Okay.
No means no.
Alright.
No is very important. It means no. Let's even leave our age group right now. Leave the older group. Let's talk about the kids, the children that don't have that cannot overpower these people. There are pedophiles out there.
Actually, yep. I agree.
We're teaching them. We're letting them know that. Learn to say no and stand on your no. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because when you tell somebody that no, I don't want to do this. This is you standing your ground that look at this thing you're trying to do is wrong. I don't want it. I don't like it. Okay. Do you understand? Yep. One of the reasons why RAVADEL Care Foundation is trying to create this awareness is because of the kids also. The children that have nobody to fight for them behind closed doors. Nobody to fight for them. They don't know what is happening. But we know the negative, the things that ring in our head when somebody tells us no. It means I refuse you to do this thing. So when you let them know that it is okay to say no, it is okay to refuse these advances, that will even prompt them to want to come and report to you. Because when something like that happens and they say no, they already know that they stop somebody from doing something wrong. So they'll probably come to you as a parent or as a guardian to be like, sister so wanted to touch me, brother so wanted to touch me, and I told him no. You understand? That way, we can easily get into their head and know what exactly happened. And that brings me to me saying sister somebody, brother somebody, while limiting it to just the female getting molested.
Yeah, that's true.
To be truthful.
Yep.
My God, the guys, the men,
actually,
the boys, the boys, they are suffering.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you on that.
They are suffering.
Yeah.
So my journey with Red Cross started when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
And you know, when we were in secondary school, there's this every Wednesday, you either belong to Jet Club,
yeah, exactly. I understand. Yeah.
So I was a member of Red Cross. And we had a discussion one time like that, and while we're talking, and our speaker that day was talking about how the male child can also get assaulted and everything. And our seniors then were laughing.
Exactly.
That you're supposed to be enjoying.
I don't know why it always seems amusing.
Yeah.
Always seems amusing.
Woman touched you. You're a big boy. You have grown. All of this. And that is wrong.
Very wrong. I
agree
with you on that.
And shaming the male into silence is another reason. It is why predators, it is why they blossom. It is why they have plenty victims. And do you know that most predators actually target kids?
That's true.
Yeah. Because they can't talk. Because people don't really listen to them. People don't really want to hear what they have to say. People just see it as them babbling. Their kids. They are not making any sense yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Then these kids now, let's say a guy or a boy is being molested. And society already made him believe that he's supposed to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Now,
which
part
is
of the
crazy.
society is part of those pedophiles are assaulting them. So now these pedophiles know that, the boy child don't really talk. That is why there's targets on them. We hear of the female, it sounds so diabolical and everything.
Exactly, yeah.
Have you ever wondered that the reason we've not actually been hearing much about the boy assault, the male assault, is because society has found a way to shut them up and make a victim out of them.
Yeah. Before we go on with what you're saying, among peers now, kids now, I'm very, very particular about these kids now. When among a pair of kids, there must be someone who knows more than the others. There must always be someone who is more corrupt than the others. Let's classify this now. Let's jointly classify this now. These kids now, I know these have been exposed to some kind of crazy things. These other kids are a little bit more innocent, and they're letting them know about these things that they know. Let's classify this together. I want to hear your opinion. I'll come my own opinion, but I'll start from you actually. So, do you classify this as sexual assault too?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Why do you say so? Let me understand.
If you're being exposed to what you're being exposed to is what makes you.
Okay.
If I grew up in an Amish background, I would be an Amish. I would face religion squarely, and I'll not even know what technology is and all. And if I grow up in an environment where there are monks, I'll probably be on that line.
Exactly.
So if you are exposed to some information, that is the only knowledge you will have. The information you're exposed makes your memories, makes what you know. Now, this innocent kids, know nothing.
That's
true. One of them is already exposed to it. One of them being exposed to it might probably think, oh yeah, I'm being exposed to this, it's probably normal. Let me show other people. Then that raises their inquisitiveness. Do you understand?
Yep, exactly.
A road they've never ever had to travel before, all of a sudden they're seeing it as, oh yeah, my friend is doing it, so now I have to do it. And let's say they're now exposed to something that we classify as sexual assault, and then they start seeing the female, and then they want to start raising their skirt up because it's funny or something like that. That this misinformation leads them to acting out, and that way the number of survivors keep increasing. So misinformation is no. It's something that we have to control the information that we have access to.
That is it actually. In my own opinion, I think first of all there's a disconnect somewhere, because a kid being exposed to some kind of thing that's at a certain age serves as a real big threat, because as a kid you play about with your peers. So it's easy for you to just influence your peers, let your peers know one or two things. And as you mentioned earlier on, it might lead to them wanting to start practicing one or two things, because definitely sometimes in some cases some kids even innocently even prompt some predators or give some predators signs.
No.
I'm telling you that for a fact. There are some kids that are so corrupt at a certain age, and they give the predator signs.
It is not in the ability of a child to control how an adult behaves. That is a child. That is a child.
Yeah, it's a child.
No matter how a child
let's not take this away. He's a predator.
You can't make.
He's a predator already.
The child didn't make.
He's looking for a victim. He's looking for a victim. It's easier for the victim to give the signs, give the green light.
Nah, give which green light? This child that we're talking about, I don't want to be gender specific. This child that we're talking about, be like, oh, that person standing there is a predator. Let me start giving the person signs.
The child now, the angle I'm coming from now is that from your peers, you're joking, you're learning. Maybe he can say he saw his aunt or someone in the house do some certain things, and the child is getting corrupt. now is looking at a bigger picture, looking at someone, okay, the person who they told me they saw doing this is someone similar to this.
And falls into
it happens.
Or falls into any adult's hand.
Not fall, submits into an adult's hand.
How?
It happens.
The adults can't correct this child.
That's the issue now. That's the issue now. I think there's a very big disconnect from every angle. It happens. There's some certain times. There's some times where
no corner in this world that is okay for a child to make passes at an adult, and that adult does not see to correct the child. That is a child. I'm still going to say it again and again and again and a million times. Okay. That is a child. What they know is what they are doing. They don't know their rights from
now since we're trying to be holistic about it, let's not just say kids only now, because I have an experience when I was in secondary school of there was this copper when I was in secondary school, and he plays porn. Like, he plays porn for some students, but there is a kind of body language he gets from you that he knows that he can play porn for you to watch. There were some that he never goes close to try that with, and there are some that we all went behind and we talked about it, and we realized that some of us, he actually played porn for us. So now I feel
that made him decide to play porn.
And that's the point exactly. I think there's a way. Sometimes there's a way human beings. Let me not say kids or adults, or so sometimes there's a way you present yourself, which leads me to the next thing I want to talk about. There's a way you present yourself. There's a way you show that you might even want it. You might even want it, or you're trying to explore. That's the perfect word. You're trying to explore. And once the predator sees that you want to explore, damn.
Whatever you're saying.
Which leads me to the next. Yep.
No,
I'm listening. No, that's the fact. That's the fact.
Let me tell you something. Yeah?
Okay.
No matter the signs you're being given, if this person does not open their mouth to consent it and say, yes, do this to me, or yes, let's do this, that's not a sign. That's not a yes.
Weird cases. I agree with these points on weird cases, and I'm not trying to make up or trying to give excuses for predators. There is nothing that can defend being a predator, taking advantage of anyone. But I just want us to come from an angle whereby I feel there's a disconnect already. There's a disconnect already that is leading to whoever is putting himself or herself out there to be used.
No.
There's a disconnect. There's a disconnect. We cannot deny that.
No.
We're denying it. We're speaking in denial here.
No.
We're denying it.
I'm not speaking in denial.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a reason from the beginning. I said that we believe them, we hear them, we see them. Yeah, and we're here for them. You understand?
Yep, I understand.
You can't victim blame. The first mistake we do to survivors is victim blaming them. That is where you were asking for it. That is where it comes in. Or it was the way you were behaving. What if I'm that naturally? What if I'm flirtatious naturally? And then you think that is a sign? To do what? I didn't consent it. I didn't say, yes, do this to me. Do you understand? If you're going to use this your ideology, I have an example.
Okay.
What if there are some guys that have this female trait? Yeah, they walk girly, they talk girly, they have these fancy hand gestures of being a girl. That does not make them gay. Is it because of their behavior now? You said they are asking for it. Welcome back, everybody. We're still on Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
Yeah.
As I was saying, just because a guy acts girly, there are some guys that have this girly traits.
Yep, I get
that does not make them gay.
Are you for real?
Yes, doesn't make them gay.
But how does society look at them? Like how?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And that is how you're looking at these victims now. You think because they are acting in a flirtatious way,
now let's see this now. Let's see this from those, because there are still those that actually use this to take advantage of people. Let's take, for example,
why there's this awareness.
There's a lawlessness in Nigeria, so you can go away with such in Nigeria. But look at some developed countries that actually lock you up for doing things with some minors. Now let's see now. Do you know that there's some people who have actually been accused of rape, being a pedophile? Because if you're doing it with a minor, you're a pedophile according to the law. Yeah. And they do this, they impose themselves on these people to put them in trouble.
That's not true.
It happens.
If it happens, the people, when somebody's shouting rape, a lot of times where we've gotten to know that this person that claimed they were raped were never raped, they were just doing it out of spite to ruin another person's image. Yeah. This is not about them right now. We're talking about the real survivors. To dive into that, people are dubious. Do you understand? Well, that does not stop us from actually recognizing that there are real victims out there.
Okay.
So I'm not even going to acknowledge those people that do that for the evil, because the people that are suffering for it are suffering for it. So I'm not going to spend my time having to discuss those type of people.
But do you know that on a long run we are setting ourselves up for something a big calamity coming?
How?
Let me explain this to you now. I have a friend, he's no longer in Abuja here. The whole story behind him living in Abuja is so funny. He has this neighbor where he stays, and he puts on his gen when he comes back from work in the night. So the lady had issue with the noise of the gen, and she was having issues with the guy, and it led to them having this neighbor beefing. So it was on a very good day, this guy came back from work. This lady's small daughter just sighed at him. It was clear and obvious. This case was a big case that he lost his job, his life crumbled.
Because somebody sighed at him.
Wait, let me get to the point exactly now, because the society is going to an angle whereby we are giving people a reason to take advantage of people. Let me explain why. She sighed at him, and he was like, "Why would you sigh at me? Now, has it gotten to that?" And I think he slapped her. Now, this lady took the case to police.
Yes, that's physical assault.
No. Haba. Are you for real? Okay,
yes.
now I agree with you. Now he took the case to police, but if you know what this guy was charged for, it was way different.
What was the charge?
First of all, from my interaction with him, they threatened him that if he's not willing to bail himself out, they are adding these charges to him. They're adding these charges. Now imagine having the confidence that you can say this guy sexually assaulted a child. Imagine having the confidence, because it's already there. It's something that you can put on people. Now, don't you think we are heading towards the direction whereby we are putting this out there for anyone to use it? Because there's already a compassion or there's a feeling towards any victim and stuff like that.
So if you're saying we're going towards that direction, are you saying we should also ignore the victims? Just because there are other people that use that to their own advantage?
What I'm saying from everything here is that there is a disconnect from the top. It's not just...
What top? Walk me through it.
Yeah, for example, as a kid growing up, that's why this month, Sexual Awareness Month, talks about the community. There's a way you'll be trained that your mind doesn't go to things like this. I'm talking about the predators now. There's a way to be trained. You grow up from a healthy family. You grow up from a family whereby
they listen to you.
Yeah, they listen to you. You're speaking.
They believe you.
Exactly, they believe you. There's a way you're trained, and you don't need to grow up and start thinking you should impose how you feel on people. I'm coming from both the predator and from the victims too. So now, the disconnect I'm mentioning here is that there should be more action or more attention given to the community, like where you are. Community now, I'm talking about your immediate environment now. There should be more attention from your loved ones, your parents, whatever condition you are growing up. There should be more attention to let you know that, or more awareness to let you know that things like this shouldn't be what you should impose on people. As you mentioned earlier on, seek consent. These are things you should know. And on the other hand, I think as a parent, because I've mentioned now, kids among your peers are telling you some kind of things and you are learning something bad from your peers. I think there should be more attention given to orientation from the home. Because if your child, if as a parent you are letting your kids know that this is wrong, he won't go to school tomorrow and this person is making him think about this.
Or if, judging by what you said, I'm using this person that left Abuja as an example.
Yeah.
What kind of parent is that? What kind of thing would the parents teach her that she will know is right or wrong? Because she's already encouraging her to lie. Yeah? So what teaching would that type of parent have?
So that's the issue, that's the problem I'm talking about. That's why I said there's a disconnect. It's not just about people where they met and I'm a predator and this is a victim. There's a disconnect that is from way back. It's from way back. And we, the society now, we're just trying to have nothing against. I feel really sorry for any victim. These are things that no one should imagine to face, both guys and ladies. No one should imagine to face it. But at the same time, I have a strong feeling that society trying to segment this, and if people are actually taking advantage of it now. He mentioned to me that he was threatened. He slapped this girl, but they were going to add that he abused her. Yeah, I agree. It's physical assault. I agree on that. But he was threatened. He was threatened.
Not slapped her. I'm not saying what they did to him is right.
But do you want us to go to? Should we actually digest that topic now?
No, really, to be truthful. If he had not slapped her, we would have ended up at the police station.
So what should he do? Because now
there is no way in hell.
Yeah.
Should you put your hands on somebody else, no matter how angry you are? There is no way it's proper. No, I am serious. There is no way it's proper to let somebody know that. Okay, side back. Why are you touching this person? If it was a grown guy or somebody of his age, big like him, that side, would they fight? Would he hit the person?
Well, you know that side was out of spite.
Then he should spite back. Why hit somebody?
Should he spite back a little kid?
And also, it's okay for him to hit a little kid. So something like that.
Do you know why I asked this? Because you are against physical assault now.
Yeah.
But physical assault, are you just against only from an adult to a minor, or entirely?
You can't put me in that position to answer something like that. That's unfair.
Because now
what I'm after, what brought this conversation is somebody raising their hand at on somebody because the person side at them. Do you understand?
Yep.
That was why I used that example. That what if it was the same age range, and they both have the same body build? Is he going to slap somebody, that same person, for signing and saying that's what I'm saying? Do you understand? So now this one, we're talking about the survivor here.
Yeah.
If I come across somebody getting assaulted, like sexually assaulted, the highest I can do, scream, shout, help the person out of that situation, and call the appropriate authorities. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if even though I try to encourage the violence on this said person now, this survivor might not get the justice they deserve. Jungle justice might just take the person's life there. Do you understand?
You mean jungle justice is not enough justice?
Nah, irrespective of the crime.
Situations that I think jungle justice should just be applied immediately.
No. I'm against jungle justice.
Yeah,
I'm against jungle justice because, like you were saying that time, that people take advantage of things like this. Yeah, I've seen a situation where somebody was gisting me. He said he was in the market and he witnessed somebody getting chased by a group of people, and then they ended up killing him. And you know the story behind it? This person was not the thief. He was getting robbed. He started shouting thief, not knowing that this person that was robbing him was not the only person that was involved. The rest of the two remaining people started shouting thief, thief, thief. So everybody now thought it was this person that was getting robbed, that was stealing, and then they lynched him.
Okay, I get.
So I'm also strongly against justice. Please. Let's take that person to the appropriate authority.
I think people can take advantage of that also because everyone you can have something against someone and gather like 2 or 3 or more people who can and it leads to something which no one can lead to explain.
What I'm saying is bystander intervention. When you see something that doesn't feel right, you don't even have to catch the person in the act. Yeah. When you see something that doesn't feel right and you feel this person is uncomfortable, speak out. Do you understand? Speak out. There's this bystander effect, yeah? It is when, let's take for example, something happens and people are just there gathered and looking at the person. Even if the person is screaming for help, just because other people are not going to help, everybody will just stand like that. That's that bystander effect. But and how in this sexual assault classes where they try to talk to survivors and everything, they always encourage them that when you need help, be specific. Let's take for example now, I'm trying to grab something on the floor there, and then I'm going to say that guy on black shirts, like be specific. Do you understand? But let's not wait for because they're in front of me now. So let's not wait till they have to be specific. When you see something is wrong, this is also your society. It affects you one way or another. Intervene.
Yeah, from my observation, I think also this is an often ignored part now because we want to communicate better. So there's a need now in society to get a mobile phone for a minor. There's a need now. other than entertainment and some other things, for effective communication.
Yeah.
But I think this, to an extent, there's an ignorant behavior towards that. I won't tell you to go spy on your kid's phone, but I still go back to proper orientation, because believe me, there are many pedophiles that are online.
Yeah.
Kids being exposed to many. I think there's this little kid I know. I'm not sure she's up to 12, but she have started posting some TikTok videos, being part of some TikTok trends and stuff like that. She might, the way she will take "you look beautiful" is different from the way a 30-year-old lady will take "you look beautiful." Yeah, she might want to hear more. If you tell her you look beautiful, she will want to be interested to hear more things from you. So I think other than the bystander intervention, we guardians or close relatives to people like this, to kids, actually should properly orientate them about some things.
Okay.
So some things you should.
And I think there are some settings now on Google, the parental guidance
exactly
setting,
there's some parental guidance settings. Exactly, yeah. I think we should all activate it all the time on any gadget being given to a kid, even on, as far as what they expose themselves to, watching TV. I think there should be close monitoring, because at the end of the day, I'm still very big that there's a disconnect that leads to some people either being vulnerable, number one, or being the actual predators, or as a matter of fact, being at a particular position or at a place at a particular time. There's a disconnect that leads to that. So in my opinion, I'm very, very big on a proper orientation from all aspects, which takes us back to the theme of this sexual assault month, which says building connected communities. So I think we should all have that responsibility. We should all have the responsibility with everyone around us to properly orientate them. Better orientation, because the community plays a very big role in building the mindset. The community now can either be where you are, as the normal definition of a community, but with this in this context, it means your close environment, man. Your family, everyone around you, everyone you associate with, an uncle, an aunt, going to school, your fellow friends, and all that. So I think,
and while they are at it,
yep,
they should also encourage the boy child.
Exactly.
Yeah. They should be more emotionally involved. With the boy child.
I agree on that. Yeah, that's true.
Men are not built to suffer. Men are not believed. They are not built to only suffer.
That mentality that a boy child is enjoying being raped.
They are not. They are
it's
not
really bad. I think the only angle they come from where there's a little sympathy is when it's from a guy, an older guy to a younger guy. I think that's the only place that community seems to have a little sympathy, which is wrong.
That's
because
very wrong.
Sometimes these guys are being taken advantage of.
Yes, because the predators also know that these people can't speak up because of what the society has done, because of how the society see this issue. So let's encourage the boy child to talk. Let's give them listening ears. Yeah. Let's not tell them to bow to their emotions. Let's not tell them you are a man up. Or those things. Let's be emotionally involved.
That's true.
with the male child. And going to the teens, let's let the teens know that it's okay to say no. You're not being seen as, you're not a loser, or you're not a village boy or a village girl for not engaging. Let your no mean no, and try as much as possible to fight peer pressure. If you know these people, this crowd is not good for you, they're making you act out of character, leave them alone.
Totally. Because from personal experience, I think sometimes people feel like you are into a moment, you're in an age grade, and you might forget that there's still more to life. There's a possibility that this group of friends you're around with right now, in 10 years' time, none. Yes, when I say none, you won't even be in communication with anyone. So I think back to having the orientation, also have at the back of your mind that there's more to life. Falling to peer pressure and getting involved in some kind of things because you want to feel among. You should know that feeling among is temporary. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be feeling among for the rest of your life. You grow up, your mind gets matured. So making temporary mistakes, exactly, and you'll be on your own. New world, new everything. So never fall a victim to peer pressure, wanting to just feel among.
And to the parents, please listen to your kids.
Very important.
Please let them know that it is not okay to do something. Don't sugarcoat it for them. I see that time when there was this popular thing in Nigeria where if a mother wants to advise their girl child, they'll be like, if a man touches you, you get pregnant. Be specific.
Yeah,
please
exactly.
Don't sugarcoat it for them, because when this issue happens, it's going to affect them a whole lot, and it's going to affect you also.
That's very true.
Let's try to protect our kids, and as the adults, make good choices. No means no. Like I said, no means no. And if you know a survivor out there, please reach out to them this period. Let them know that you're there for them, you're an ally, you care for them, you love them, and you see them, and you believe them. Emphasis on you believe them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining this our segment. I remain your host, Miss Reina Mohammed.
I'm Amarachukwu John.
Nice to meet you, Amarachukwu. Please don't do that to me, Peter.